Hello everyone, my name is Monica and I'm going to review the campaign that each of the federal election candidates of 2015 did in the Markham Unionville area. In this video, I'm going to compare and contrast how each of the candidates built their brand and comment on each of them about what they should or shouldn't have done to increase their chances of success for the federal election. So if you're interested in this topic, please keep on watching. Okay, so in Markham Unionville area, there are three main candidates who are running for the federal election. One is Bob Soroya. He is running for the Conservative Party. And then there's Banggu Jang for the Liberal Party. And lastly, there is Colin Zimmerman for NDP. While there are areas in which each of these candidates have done excellent work, there are also some areas that each of these candidates also needs to improve. For example, let's start by evaluating Bob Soroya campaign. In his effort to build a reputable brand image, he has done a lot of activities. For his campaign, he did a community barbecue event where he made a personal one-on-one connection with each of the people who lives in Markham. He then aggressively puts the side roads advertising. Not only that he puts along the main roads, but he also puts his signs along the small streets in the neighborhoods as well. Um, he then also made a really proactive social media presence in the various common social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. In his social media accounts, he created many resourceful posts. He created posts explaining in detail the various policies in which the Conservative Party is going to implement, greeting to the Muslims for their religious celebration for and for the Thanksgiving holiday. He also posted his pictures of his attendance in the Chinese community events. He also posted infographics explaining why Harper's government is better in protecting the citizens during these tough times of the economy. Infographics, as we all know already, is a very powerful communication tool that can help people to better understand what the message that is being communicated. So all of these things that he created on his social media account, in short, adds a lot of values to his campaign, because all of this action that he had done reflects him as a candidate who is willing to blend in with the community that he is going to represent. And more importantly, it also reflects him as a credible candidate who actually understands what his policies are. And this also reflects him as a hardworking candidate who actually puts effort um, and will be representing Markham Unionville area. One thing that shouldn't have done actually is the immature attack that he made on his opposition for the Liberal Party, Banggu Jang. On Twitter, he attacks her for littering Markham with the zip lines that her workers probably drops as they were putting their Banggu Jang's signs up. Despite in this case that he made a valid point, obviously, um, but in my personal opinion, he shouldn't really have made this a big deal because posting such an immature content like so can really degrade his image. Especially degrades an image of an ideal image of a calm leader, a mature leader, and thus causes his voters to see him as a less credible representative of the federal governments. Instead, he could have just focus on posting other contents that is much more informative, like promoting his party's policies or being really care to his community. Um, if he really cares about the littering issue, he could have just picked it up by himself, um, and therefore he resolved the issue by on the spot. In analyzing Bengujiang campaign, Bengujiang did a really good job in utilizing the side roads advertising signs effectively. She does not only post many of her signs along the insides of the neighborhoods, but she also posted her signs at the stoplights of intersections. So this means that that people can, as people pass by cars on the main roads, people can actually people will actually see her signs and recognize it as they make a stop at the stoplights. With her social media activity, however, Bang Yijang didn't really do a good job to use the web-based platform effectively, um, unlike Bob Saroya. Mostly, Bang Yijang just retweeted what Justin Trudeau tweets, which thus gives the impression where she's not being very proactive. Or I have the impression that she doesn't really know what her policies are. Moreover, Bangjang also ignored a complaint that her supporter posted on her Facebook page. In this case, it is evident that Bangjang really shouldn't have ignored a complaint when especially it is her supporter who is asking why her flyers and are not being equally distributed to this supporters area. This action could really result in a negativity like widespread of bad mouthing. Lastly, as for the NDP candidate Colin Zimmerman, she doesn't really make a lot of presence in the social media. Nor did she make any effort to put the side roads advertising signs around the neighborhood. I can barely see them, even on the main roads. So while there are only a few signs along the main roads, but her signs are almost nowhere to be found. So with this in mind, clearly, Colin has a lot of things to work on, especially in the digital age where people connect through the social media that is runs through the web base and in real time. Zimmerman needs to really learn what kind of information that she should post on her social media accounts and what kind of information that the voters are really looking for. Well, that's it for now, and thank you for watching. And don't forget to vote because your vote actually matters.